Right, going to have a look in this video at how you go about producing a banner such as this that you might want to put at the top of your chalk page just to add a little bit of color and interest to it. Now you'll notice that this is actually a tile, so I've added a tiles component to it. It's from my page last year, and if I go to my page this year, I haven't got around to it yet, so I need to firstly unlock the page at the top, click on the plus, and under the information menu I'm going to add a tiles component. Alright, next I need to add my tile, so I need to find a good image that I can actually place onto that tile, and have a look at a couple of great sources of images. Of course, the first one we have is Google Images. So I've typed in biology, gone to images, and I've got all these images. However, a couple of points. Firstly, with this one here, because it's a large image, you want something that has a really large file size so it doesn't get blurry, and you also want something that is panoramic, so it's not square, and that won't take up a lot of space on your page. Now with Google Images I can do that, so I can go to my settings tab, go to advanced search, and here I've got the option to choose the file size. So I want something that's probably larger than 2 megapixels. That won't get blurry when I enlarge it. And then the aspect ratio, I'd like it to be panoramic, so larger than 2 megapixels and panoramic. You've also got these other options here. You know, I could go black and white. Black and white looks very effective depending on your type of image. If I wanted to, and I wanted a dominant color in my image, I can choose these and click on that and I'll get that, but I'm happy with what I've got. Click on advanced search, and now my number of images has decreased quite a bit, but these are all large file sizes and panoramic. Finally, we should be modeling to students good digital citizenships. So I'm going to choose an image that has no copyright attached to it. So if I click on usage rights here and then Creative Commons, now I can use any of these images freely. They are part of Creative Commons and you are allowed to use them for non-commercial purposes. So you notice that they're larger than 2 megapixels and they're panoramic, and here's a great photo of a fish. So let's have a look. The file size is large, 2800 by 1300. You saw there that it was licensable. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to save the image as, let's call it fish, and that has been saved. Just check that, it's on my desktop now, saved as fish. Great. Now another great source of images is this one here, which Jonathan has alerted me to, and it's called Unsplash, and he's a big fan of this one because look, all the images are high resolution, so they're going to look great on your chalk page, but most importantly they are all freely usable, so you can use any image on this page quite freely. Great source of images that all students should be alerted to so that they can also become good digital citizens. Let's have a quick look there, and if I type in biology, I get all these great images. I also have the option up here to choose landscape images. That's a great image there. If I look at the information, you'll see there it's 5 by 3.5 megapixels, so that is going to be a fantastic image should I choose to use it, but I'm happy with what I've got. Let's go back to my chalk page. I've added the tiles component. Now I need to add the tile. So I don't like that heading tile, so I'll get rid of that, and I don't want anything actually. I'm just going to leave it, press the space bar once and leave nothing there. You'll notice that the default is for 3 tiles, so let's reduce that to 1. We want it to take up the whole space. The ratio, really important. Let's change this to 16:5 panorama. So click on that, 16:5. Now I'm going to add my tile. And firstly, let's just add the tile. So click or drag here. So there it is right there. Drag it in and click on save. It's defaulted again, so let's just change that down to 2. Change that back to panorama. Okay, and I quite like the look of that. Now, I could just post that up on my chalk page, it's absolutely fine, but I might want to put Biology 2021 or some sort of heading or text over the top of it. You can do this with tiles, so I'm going to modify it. This is the text that I'm going to enter. So let's type in Biology 2021. Let's spell it right also. Text size, let's go to 400. You want it nice and large. You can experiment with this as you like. Now that image had a lot of black in it, so I'm not going to choose black text. I think I'll actually go for quite a light grey, whitish text. And I'll put a bit of a background behind it so it's also makes that text color stand out. But here, I can also make it slightly transparent so you can still see the image behind. Now I also have the option of moving the text top, middle or bottom, left, center or right, and move it to top left. I don't want, this is here is hover colors. So the color that it would change if it was a hyperlink, and when you moved your cursor over it would change to that color, indicating to someone that they need to click on it, but we don't want that here, so I'm just going to leave those empty. Click on save. Again, reduce that to 2. It's annoying, but you have to do it. And save. Alright, and there, I probably want to reduce that. It's too large at the moment, but that shows you the process. I'd probably reduce that to about 250. But that does show you the process of making a tile into a banner for your chalk page. Hope you found it useful.